So, amongst a collective of women, there is this huge trigger that's been going on, the sister wound. There has been a lot of different women showing up, just realizing that you had women in your life. I don't even want to give it too much energy, but you had women in your life who might have been a hater or who might have been jealous of you or in secret competition with you or wanted to bring you down or sleep with your man or, want to humble you and this, that, and the third, honey. It's exhausting, okay? As a divine feminine, as a goddess here who really has more of a matriarchal consciousness, I really do believe that, I really do believe that there is more than enough to go around. We do not need to compete, for what, right? Why would we compete? I'm me and you're you, honey. I'm special and you're special. A lot of people don't see things that way. I really came to the realization today, that the sister wound is really the witch wound. It's very ancient. So I had this memory earlier today. I remember this past life. And I talked about this past life on here before, where I was burned on a stake. I was actually hung in a ring of fire in a past life in England, being called a witch because I was able to see the future, which in this reality, I do also have spiritual gifts as I have in multiple lifetimes. But in that reality, I was hung and persecuted, just as a lot of us witches, quote unquote, or women who are spiritually gifted were, right? Unfortunately, today, as I was reminded of that past life, I saw, not only did I see one of my best friends who I have in this lifetime, she was there, even though she wasn't the one who pointed the finger, but there was a couple of girls around who were just like, it was her. She's the one who did it. They pretty much were throwing me under the bus to gain favor with the toxic patriarchy, right? And that is something that a lot of women still do today. They are just as toxic as the toxic patriarchy. And I just want to say, when I'm talking about men and women, I'm not necessarily talking about the genders completely. I'm talking about the consciousness levels, right? Because when I talk about the toxic patriarchy, that does not have to be a physical man, because a lot of women have something in their subconscious mind called the inner patriarch, which is, in a way, it's like a little masculine figure who, it's like a software of the 7,000 years of patriarchal control that is downloaded in their subconscious mind. If you can just imagine that it's like a little Hitler, right? That is literally in their subconscious mind, and they're literally projecting that energy not only onto themselves, but onto other women. This is the training, this is the subconscious programming that we have endured ever since the oppression of the divine feminine, ever since the oppression of the goddess. So I want to make this video to let y'all know that this sister wound that's coming up in a lot of women right now, this is very ancient stuff. This is something that these toxic patriarchal colonizers really did to separate us from coming together and having these sister healing circles. Because as you know, when we come together, when we dance around the fire, when we call upon the divine mother, we can harness some crazy energy to make things shake, to make things move, to make things happen, to really heal things. We have some extreme power. And they want to take that away from us. They wanted to take that away from us. They did everything in their power to take that away from us and make us forget. But in this lifetime, a lot of us souls have reincarnated and we remember. A lot of us remember, right? And I hope that if you're watching this video, especially if you got here, that you remember too. So, I want to remind you of who you are, a goddess, honey. I want to remind you to tap into the frequency of the goddess. Goddesses don't compete with each other. For what? Do you think Lilith is about to compete with Oshun? She's Oshun. She's Lilith. What? Do you think Pombagira is about to compete with Isis? Do you think Mami Wata is about to compete with Yemoya? Do you think Medusa is about to compete with Kalima? Do you think Hecate is going to compete with Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene? We all have our own frequencies. We all have our own domains that we can rule over. We can come together and we can learn together. We can come together and we can heal together. We got to get this nasty energy out of our consciousness. I do want to recommend a book. As a shadow work practitioner, I'm always going to give a little bit of homework here. There's a book I want to recommend by Cedra Stone. It's called Shadow King. And this will help y'all to really come into understanding about that little Hitler, that little inner patriarch that's downloaded in the subconscious minds of women. It's literally a little program that you're operating, and we're going to dig a little deeper in there too, because it's literally a part of your unconscious mind. You don't even really know it's there, but I'm going to teach you about it, and I want you to learn about it a little bit deeper. The goddess Hecate is calling. The goddess Lilith is calling, honey. They've been calling all day. They've been calling all week. They've been calling all our lives, honey. It's really time. It's really time for the goddesses to come together. We have work to do. As this world is being destroyed, the new earth is being created. The goddess energy is the energy of creation. There are things that must be created. So stop getting distracted with these measly little things that are really not that deep. Like, stop letting these people who are insignificant throw you off your path. Like, stop letting your trauma hold you back. Like, stop letting this fear of persecution keep your throat chakra closed and stuff like that. If you need some help with this, I am the Mystic Therapist. Feel free to book your personal readings with me. I can definitely help you through this, of course. But definitely get into those witch wound meditations and really reclaim that inner priestess within you and really unchain yourself and really step into your purpose here. It's time for us to get into a frequency where we really realize that we're sisters and we're supposed to come together and love each other and help each other and not compete with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to really be able to level up together. And another thing I'm going to say, and this is a personal belief, but this is something that I really stand on wholeheartedly. And I know a lot of people are not going to like this. Stop being unsafe towards other women. Stop sleeping with other people's partners. Stop trying to seduce other people's partners. Stop glorifying that. Stop listening to this music that's glorifying that and thinking that it's cute and stuff like that. Because I'm going to let you know this right now. When you're tapping, when you're coming with that frequency to a woman who's really tapped in, you're really going to have a real hard time in life. If you cross certain boundaries like that, you got to be very careful who you're dealing with at this time. You're disrespectful to the Divine Mother. You're disrespecting, it's not necessarily about the woman per se by herself. It's about the Divine Mother that she's connected to. Stop disrespecting your sisters. Stop destroying their hearts, right? Stop destroying their families because of your insecurities and your daddy issues, okay? Get you some self-love. Get you some self-worth. Tap into your abundance consciousness and understand that there's 8.6 billion people on this earth. Stop competing for men. Why would you compete for a man? There's a lot of them, honey. Okay? Cut that stuff out. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of seeing y'all hurting each other. It's really not cute and I don't like it. I'm never going to act like I do. I don't like it and it's not cute. Stop, okay? Now let's come together and let's get it together so we can get into this magic together, so we can change the world together, so we can heal the planet together, so we can save the children together, okay? So we can heal ourselves together, okay? You understand? Okay. Drop 4 hearts in the comments if this resonated with you.